C'est Burned.
Oui, Shoshana.
What are you doing?
Hey, don't do that.
Don't do that again.
Quentin Tarantino is one of those directors who never ends a movie quietly. His endings are bold, unpredictable, and often completely insane. Sometimes he rewrites history, sometimes he shocks you, and sometimes he just makes you laugh at the chaos. From Reservoir Dogs to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, every Tarantino film ends in a way only he could imagine. So today, let's rank every Tarantino movie endings from the weakest to the absolute best. But before, remember that we are not ranking their whole movies. We just ranking Quentin Tarantino's movie ending on the basis of their ending scenes. We start off with Jackie Brown, one of Quentin Tarantino's most grounded and mature films. The movie ends with Jackie finally getting away after pulling off her clever plan. She walks out with the money, leaving Max Cherry behind. It's a quite realistic ending that fits the tone of the story. But it doesn't leave that some emotional or visual punch we expect from Tarantino. It's smart and satisfying, but not exactly explosive. Compared to his other finals, Jackie Brown feels calm, like a soft goodbye instead of big final. At number 9, we have Death Proof. The final act flips the story completely. The girls who were being hunted suddenly became the hunters. They turn on stuntman Mike, chase him down and beat him to death in pure Tarantino fashion. It's violent, it's fun, and it's definitely satisfying. But it also ends very abruptly. There's no emotional depth or memorable twist. Just a quick revenge payoff. Good action, great stunt work, but one of his simpler endings overall.
Just an owl who led a gang of killers. I don't feel so good.
The ending of Hateful Eight is dark, bloody, and deeply cynical. By the end, everyone's either dead or dying. Samuel L. Jackson's character, Warren, and Sheriff Mannix are left bleeding out. But before they die, they decide to hang Daisy Domergue, giving her the justice that she deserved. Well, it's a powerful moment, but not one of that feels good. There's no hope, no hero, just two dying men, finishing one last cruel act. It perfectly matches the movie's theme, a story about distrust and human ugliness. Still, it's heavy, slow, and emotionally draining.
What the hell?
After an entire saga of revenge and blood, you would expect Beatrix and Bill's final face-off to be explosive. But Tarantino surprises us. Instead of a wild sword fight, it's a quiet conversation between two people who once loved each other. Then, Beatrix calmly ends it with the famous 5-point palm exploding heart technique. Bill dies peacefully, and Beatrix finally reunites with her daughter. It's emotional, poetic, and meaningful. But for some viewers, it feels too calm after such a violent journey. Still, it gives her story a perfect emotional closure.
Face! Drop the fucking gun, buddy! No! Put the gun down! Don't do it! Drop the gun, man! Don't drop the gun!
This is Tarantino's debut film and ends with chaos. The iconic Mexican standoff, Mr. White, Mr. Orange, and Joe all point guns at each other. By the way, the camera framing of this shot looks majestic, and within seconds, everyone's dead or dying. The sound of gunfire, the off-screen screams, and the tension in that small warehouse made this one of the most memorable endings in crime cinema. It's brutal and raw, a perfect example of how Tarantino could end a story with just dialogue and blood. But since it's his first film, it feels less polished compared to what he later mastered.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
here's a surprise. Pulp Fiction doesn't end with a fight or explosion. Instead, it ends with redemption. Jules, played by Samuel L. Jackson, lets Pumpkin and Honey Bunny go after a long conversation about faith and change. He walks out of the dinner like a man who's finally understood his purpose. It's quite philosophical and full of meaning, proving that Tarantino doesn't need violence to make a great ending. It's an ending about transformation, not revenge. Cool, deep and unforgettable in its own way.
If you insist.
Now this is Tarantino unleashed. In the movie Django Unchained, after all the pain Django goes through, he finally gets his revenge in the most satisfying way possible. He tricks his enemies, kills them all, frees himself and rides away with his wife as the plantation explodes behind him. It's the ultimate hero moment, loud, fiery and full of energy. This ending gives you everything you want from this film: revenge, justice and freedom. It's fun, it's violent and it's one of Tarantino's most crowd-pleasing final scenes.
Bill, it's your baby.
If the ending of Kill Bill Volume 2 was calm, the Volume 1 was opposite, pure chaos and style. The movie ends with Beatrix defeating Oren Ishii in a snowy duel and cutting through the crazy 88. Then came the most surprising part of the film. Quentin Tarantino hits us with that perfect cliffhanger.
One more thing, Sophie. Is she aware her daughter?
That single line changed everything. It's one of the best cliffhangers ever made and a perfect setup for the next chapter. Stylish, emotional and perfectly structured. At number 2, we have my personal favorite and one of Quentin Tarantino's greatest achievements, Inglourious Basterds. This movie ends with pure cinematic revenge. In this scene, just before the final ending sequence, Hitler and his supporters die in a theater explosion and open gunfire, while Aldo Rain carves a swastika into Hans Landa's forehead. It's violent, shocking and historically twisted in the best way possible.
Fabelhaft, mein Lieber, fabelhaft. Das ist Ihr bester Film bisher.
By rewriting history, Tarantino gives the audience a kind of justice reality never dies. It's dark, funny and unbelievably satisfying, the kind of ending only he could pull off. And finally, at number 1, the ending of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Tarantino takes one of the darkest real-life events, the Manson murders, and completely flips it. Instead of tragedy, he gives us a bizarre, hilarious and deeply satisfying ending. Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth destroy the Manson followers in one of the funniest ways. This is the most violent scenes Tarantino has ever filmed. It's brutal, absurd and yet straightly heartwarming. When Rick finally gets invited to meet Sharon Tate, it feels like closure, like Tarantino himself giving Hollywood a happy ending. It's beautiful and perfectly written. If this truly ends up being Tarantino's final film, it's the perfect farewell, a love letter to cinema and the dreamers behind it. And that's my personal favorite ranking of Quentin Tarantino's movie endings, from quiet and clever to violent and unforgettable. But what do you think? Which Tarantino ending is your favorite? Let me know your ranking in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel for more deeply rooted videos about cinema. Till then, keep watching movies, keep inspiring, keep learning and enjoy the greatest frames of cinematic beauty.